Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the online lecture of EVS 1. I hope I'm audible to everyone. Today we will do revision of lesson number 17. So please open textbook lesson number 17. You are a student. Okay, once again, my dear student, welcome to the online lecture of EVS 1. We will see lesson number 17, revision of my upbringing. Okay, so open your textbook. Okay, so lesson number 17, my upbringing. So you can see some pictures are given above. First picture you can see the mother, and the child is brushing their teeth. Next we can see a father is teaching his child to ride a bicycle. Third picture we can see grandma is telling stories to the children. Next, we can see mother is cooking the food and the girl is watching her how to cook the food. And last picture, we can see the cattle is being bathed in the river. The father is bathing the cattle, and also the child is helping his father. So by this we can see that how our elders do. We watch them and we do the same thing by watching them. So in this lesson, we will see how our upbringing begins. So we learn many different things while we are growing up. Yes, we learn many different things while we are growing up. You see, when we are small, we don't know anything, but we see our parents how they talk. Yes, by seeing them, we do the different things. They lead to the development of certain habits, likes and dislikes. So this lead to the development of our certain habits. Yes, and also our likes and dislikes. They shape our views and thoughts. This is what is known as our upbringing. What is upbringing? The things we learn from while we are growing up, we learn from our elders by seeing them. Yes, so this is known as our upbringing. You must have seen photographs of your childhood. You must have seen your photographs when you were very small. You have seen your photographs. Yes, you began to crawl. Yes, a small baby, they don't know how to walk, so they crawl. They move here and there by crawling. You learn how to walk and how to talk. Then when you are 1 year, then you learn how to walk. Your parents teach you how to walk and how to talk. And apart from this, you learn many more things such as how to brush your teeth. Your parents tell you They teach you how to brush your teeth, then how to bath yourself, then how to eat without spilling. Yes, without falling the food, without falling, you have to eat the food properly. All these things are taught by our elders or our parents. How to behave with people older than you means how to behave. Our parents teach us how to behave with the elder person. You learn many more things beside this basic ones. How to fill your school bag. When you were small, you don't know how to fill your bag. But when you go in the upper classes, in first, second, then you learn how to you get the timetable, so you learn how to fill your school bag. Then how to ride a bicycle. See, the bicycle you will be learning by your parents, such as your father or your elder brother. Directly you cannot ride a bicycle. You need help of your elder. How to play a cell phone games. Yes, when to feed the cattle, how to buy groceries, how to behave with strangers. The list can go on and on. So there are many small things which we observe from our parents and our elder people, and we do these things. Now, how did you learn all these things? Who taught you all this? Brushing your teeth, yes, riding a bicycle. These all things are taught by our elders, yes, our parents or our grandparents. These all things are taught by our elders. You must have learned many of these things from your parents and relatives. Brushing teeth, holding our hands. Our parents teach us to walk by holding our hands when we are 1 year old. Our parents teach us how to walk. They hold our hands and they teach us how to walk. They teach us how to behave and how to talk to our others, elders or others. Means our parents teach us. They teach us our all the good habits. Yes, they teach us what is good and what is not good for us. They teach us how to talk to others. When we make mistake, they show us how to correct them. They want us to become good people. See, all our elders, also our parents, they always want us that they means we should be good people by helping others, by behaving good. Now, do you know how does a lion cub learn how to hunt? Now, who is a lion cub? A small baby of a lion. So, how does a lion cub learn how to hunt? A lion cub is not able to hunt as soon as it is born. See, as we are also small, we don't know how to eat. Our mother feed us. Yes, our parents feed us. Our parents bath us. So this small babies of lion, the lion cub is also not able to hunt. So it is taught to hunt by its mother and other lionesses in the pride. So the lion cub is able to hunt with the help of their parents. Also by his mother, the lioness, and also the other lionesses in the pride group. They do not even open their eyes. Therefore, their mother keeps them hidden away from others. So the mother, the lioness, keep the cubs away from the other animals because they are very small and they don't know how to protect themselves. So the mother keeps them away when they are small. When the cubs are about 8 weeks of age, they are introduced to the other members of the pride. When they are 8 weeks of age, the mother brings the cubs to the pride, to the group of the lion. All the lionesses take care of the cubs. All the lionesses take care of all the cubs. A cub is pampered by all of them until it is 3 months old. So a cub, when it is small, it is pampered by it is loved by all the other members of the family as well as the tribe. Then then it begins to learn how to hunt. After that, the cub is then the cub learn how to hunt. It takes 2 to 3 years for a cub to become adapt to hunting. So it takes the cub to 2 to 3 years to become a hunter. So not only the human beings as well as the animals are also taught how to hunt, how to protect themselves, how to protect their families, how to protect their tribes. Sorry for the interruption. Let's continue. So our loved ones to try hard to see that we develop good habits. Our close relatives like our grandparents, uncles, aunts also have great affection for us. They all too love us and they are happy for us. We learn many things from them too. We learn many things from them also. Yes, people who are close to us teach us how to carry out our own tasks ourselves. Means our work, whatever work they teach us, means you should do your work by your own. So some tasks are there that we should do by ourselves. They appreciate it when we can do all these things properly, such as filling our school bag. So when we do these small things, they appreciate us by saying, "Ha, well done, very good." These all things, and we love to hear these things. Yes, when we are appreciated by others, we love this, and we try to do more and more such things by ourselves. Now, do you know? Have you heard the names Hali Raghunath Baraf or Samip Anil Pandit? Yes, Hali is a girl from Shahapur Taluka in Thane district. Hali rescued her older sister from a leopard. One day, what happened? A leopard has came to their village and she rescued her older sister from a leopard. Samip rescued buffaloes tied in a cowshed from a fire. Suddenly, a fire broke up in the cowshed, and he saw that and he rescued the buffaloes by untying them. Now, for these brave acts, the two are felicitated with the National Bravery Award by the Prime Minister of India in 2013. Now, do you know? Baba Amte spent his entire life in social service. His lifelong goal was to serve people suffering from leprosy and also other handicapped people and to help them stand on their own feet means they are not dependent on others as being handicapped also they are not dependent on others. So Baba Amte has done this social service by giving them work so they can earn the money and they are not dependent on others. In this mission, he was helped immensely by his wife Sadhana Tai. His work is being carried on by his sons and his daughters-in-law. Now, even the third generation of the Amte family is carrying on this mission. So, this example of social service carried on relentlessly by the three generations of a family is really inspiring. Everything that we learn is not taught to us by somebody. See, everything we learn, everything we do, that is not taught. Some things we observe also and we do try to do it. So we pick up many things through observation and through exposure. How do our friends speak? What clothes do they wear? What games do they play? How do they study? We pick up many of these things unconsciously. Many times we also begin to behave like our friends. See, by seeing others, we develop these habits. So some things, many things are not taught to us. All the things are not taught to us. We pick up by seeing them, observing others. Now we will see some discussion is going. So these parents have come for a parent-teacher meeting at school. See what they say to each other. The first woman, the mother of Renuka. Earlier, Renuka never ate her vegetables. Now that she has started going to school, she eats everything without a fuss. So what Renuka mother is telling, that Renuka was avoiding vegetables, but now when she has started going to school, now she likes to eat the vegetables also. Next, Zoya's mother. Ever since Zoya, Shilpa, and Gail have become friends, they ride their bicycles together every evening. I am happy that they all get enough exercise. See now what Zoya's mother is telling. So now Zoya, Shilpa, and Gail have become friends, so they ride their bicycles, and riding bicycle is a good habit. So she is happy. Zoya's mother is happy. Next is Prathamesh father. Ever since Prathamesh has become friends with Salman and Boman, he has started taking a lot of interest in maths. So now you can see Prathamesh father is telling that he was avoiding math subject, but now from when Salman and Boman has become his friend, he is taking a lot of interest in math subject. Now, what do you like about your friends and what do you not like? See, you must be having your friends, so some things are there that you like about her or him, and some are there which you dislike. So we are influenced by other people around us just as we are influenced by our friends. We meet our neighbors every day for some reason or other. We observe their ways of behaving, speech, and eating habits from up close. This too has an influence on our upbringing. If people from another place happen to be our neighbors, we naturally get to know about their food and festivals, which may be different from ours. So, this is how we become familiar with diversity. Many of our neighbors know us from our childhood. They too feel affectionate towards us. We learn some good habits from our neighbors also. So our neighbors also influence our upbringing. So such examples we can see now. Pratap. Now this is my neighbor. Pratap says this is my neighbor. He likes to go for walks every day, every morning. So I call him Ajoba. And sometimes I go to the hill with him. Next, we can see Hina's neighbor. Hina says, this is my neighbor. She is very old. Even then, she sweeps her front yard every day without fail. So she does her own work herself. Because of her, I realized that we all must be self-reliant. Now, Supriya. Supriya says, Didi living next to us loves to read. She often gives me nice storybooks to read. So we can see there are some good habits we are learning from our neighbors also. So I hope my students you understood the lesson. We have done the revision of lesson number 17, my upbringing. Thank you everyone.